Alright, so in this tutorial, the topic is on how to extrude face. You're going to be using this file, and the file name is called how to extrude assignment.mb. The location is W drive Adam 2300, and then I have an asterisk here. You double click into the folder to find this file. I'm going to quickly show the setup for our perspective camera and the perspective viewport. I'm not going to explain it because I explained it in a different tutorial. I'm just going to show it. Perspective camera outliner, select the perspective camera. Over here, attribute editor, click on that. If you do not see these tabs, you click on that. I need my focal length to be 90. I need my near clip plane to be 0.01. Okay, 0.01. Click outside, get my channel box back. Next, Alt, and then 5 to toggle wireframe unshaded. Okay, I use this all the time. You'll notice how it's jaggedy lines, and it's just ugly to look at. So this is where I'm going to turn on the multi-sampling anti-alias. It's this guy right here, right? And usually the backface culling, I have it on, but for this specific tutorial, because I'm going to be talking about inverted inside out model shells, right? I need this to be off. So in case you have this on, have this turned off, right? So I have this off. I'm going to just start working from here. To go, I need to be in component mode, specifically faces, right? So I need to right mouse, click and hold. I have it selected. Right mouse, click and hold. Choose face. Before you start selecting faces, you have to be careful when selecting face components or any other components for that matter, because you can also easily select back faces by accident. So let's say over here you're first learning and just kind of like fumbling around, and you automatically selected a back face. So you have to be careful about that. I just want to carefully click on that, right? I'm going to hold shift and also the right mouse button. I'm going to click and hold them. Shift, right mouse button, click and hold, extrude face. This will bring up the poly extrude menu. Right? Oh, before I do that, this down here, these are other general but fundamentally important hotkeys, like how to navigate, rotate, pan, zoom, and oh, right here too, how to focus on your model, and also to fix the camera when it starts to act up and stubborn. Press F so you can zoom in on it. Okay, and then all this other stuff. All right, so I have this selected, and let's talk about this thickness. I can hold control, right? I'm gonna hold control, and you see I hover my mouse cursor over these things and it changes into a slider. See? And say for example thickness, hold control, left mouse hover, and use your left mouse to drag while holding control key, and you have a nice manipulation of the attribute. Because if you don't hold control, it's just too fast. See what's happening? See, even this is inverting the face, which is bad. Right? So I want you to hold control and just do something like that, maybe. Just have fun with it. And local translate is oftentimes the same thing, right? But what you don't want to do is double up on this and this, right? Because then I think what happens is, see, even down here, see what happens to the gizmo? It's down here. But yeah, so you don't want to do both. It's either or. So I'm gonna zero that out, and then let's say hold control and local. See? All right. or zero that out. Try thickness. If you notice though, thickness, the cursor, the gizmo is down here, right? So it's it depends on the situation. So for now, I'm just going to use local because I want my gizmo to follow along. Okay, and I'm going to talk about offset. Hold control, offset will do that, right? And you can still pull on the local translate. See? Oh, and be mindful of your 3D compass. You want to know where you are situated in the 3D world. Right, so let me just pump that down a bit. And yeah, something like that. And divisions, holding control again as well. You can add more. Right? These are specific use case scenarios, but they come in handy. I don't want to talk about key faces together just yet. It doesn't even apply to this. I'll click outside. Right click and hold object mode. Click outside. Okay, this will lead us to the gizmo tools. I'm going to select this practice object, right click and hold face mode. Select that, hold shift, select that, and then still holding shift, select that, and select that. All the while holding shift. Then I'm going to go shift, right click and hold, extrude face. Okay. Now you notice this here, right? You can manipulate it by pulling on the gizmo. Like that. Okay. And you see this little weird looking thing right here, right? This means it is pulling out from a local axis. The angle of that face that was dented, right, is going off of that angle. That is your local. It is local to the object and its components, meaning the angle of the face. So you can, experiment, pull on that, and then you could experiment, pull on that. See? And you can pull on that. But then I'm going to undo just to show you something else. Right, you could just take a look at it if you want. I'm gonna press this. Okay. Now when I press it, this changes to the world, meaning it's perfectly up and down, left and right. No angles involved. World extrusion. Regardless of the angle of this face, you see how this face is like this, dented? It will not go out like that because of pressing this. Now if I pull, it will only pull up. Okay, so I'm gonna undo, which is Control Z, undo. Alright. So what I want you to do is, I'm gonna select that. I'm gonna make a copy of it. Right. This file will be with you, so you don't have to do more work. This one, select it, right click and hold, choose face, select that, hold shift, select that, hold shift, select that, and that. Well, now it's selected the faces. Then I'm gonna hold shift and also the right mouse button again, hold it together, extrude face. I'm gonna pull. And I'm gonna talk about the scale tool. Now, I can use the offset to scale it in, pinch it in, or make it fat, right? So let's say I'm gonna pinch it in. And what I wanna show is, you see these gizmos right here? This is before and after regarding your scale gizmo. For now, I have the scale gizmo, okay? And I can yank on that, yank on that. Well, this here doesn't do jack, right? But you notice how I don't get a uniform scale, right? See, I have to kind of eyeball it. Now I'm going to show how to get the uniform scale, right? The way you do that is, oh darn it, right now I see that right there. Well, I activated, yeah, there you go. So here we are, right? Click on the arrow, right? Just click on it once. So we're back to here. You see this? Compare this to this. There's a little cube inside of there, okay? You're gonna activate that little cube to do scaling that's uniform scaling. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on any one of these cubes. You're gonna want to click on the 3D cube, not these flat cards, the 3D cube. When you do that, it turns into a little box, a cube on the inside. That is uniform scaling, right? All that hassle just to show that. The only issue is that in the offset, it does not update, right? So there is that little rule I talked about where just to be safe, you're gonna wanna choose either or offset, meaning either scale using offset, which is right now I set it to 0. I'm gonna click on that little thing, that little cube, or I can click on this. Now when I do the gizmo way of scaling, this here, these numbers start to light up, see? Let me type in 0. Ooh, 1. Alright. So you can also do it through here. That's what these guys are. And then, or just do it through here. When I do that, only the offset works. So it can be a little confusing. To be safe, you're gonna either choose offset or manipulate through the gizmos. So do this, okay? Pull it out locally, then offset it like that. All right. For this guy, right click object mode, select it, right click face mode, okay? Select that. What I want you to do is shift right click and hold, extrude face, but now I want you to activate the world extrusion. See where it's, so you want to click on that, you see that guy right there, you click it. Now when you pull it, see what happens. Okay. Then I want you to practice with these gizmos, right? See that, right? And then you can grab that scale, see that? Cube. You can flatten it. Click outside. Alright, have this and this. Okay. Next one is what to do when losing the polyextrude face menu. See, if you lost this and you want it back. Now, for example, this one, I want it back. What you do is you select the model in object mode, okay? Then you're gonna press T as in Tom, and that brings it right back. Click outside. That's how you do that. Now, how to easily select multiple faces. You'll use this a whole lot for not just modeling, but a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'm going to select this. I want to select these faces, okay? I'm going to right click and hold, go to face mode. And usually you would hold shift and left click and select. But this is tedious, you know? So you want to just click outside. What I can do, and you can also end up selecting other faces like behind. So instead, what you can do is hold the tab key. Hold the tab key, press and hold it. Hold the tab. You'll notice the cursor changes, see that? Now I can left click and drag. I left click and I held on to the left click. I'm holding the left click and I'm also holding the tab key. Then I let go. If I look down here, I did not select them. So it's a safe way of selection. Okay. Again, that is your tab key. You hold it and you hold the left mouse button as well, and you drag the mouse to select the faces. You use this a lot. Now, going back to this, right? See how I have, I'm going to show how to extrude into separate portions, like this. Okay, all in one shot. I select those faces, hold shift, hold the right mouse button, extrude face. Okay. I'm gonna do local translate, hold control, yank it. Right, maybe some more, just for the hell of it. Now the key thing here is the keep faces together, you want it off. The way you do that is go in here, just click on it, left click on it, turn it off. But nothing happened. Looks like nothing happened. But if I go and use my offset, okay, I'm gonna hold control and squeeze, left mouse click, like that. And that's how you do that. You don't have to, you know, punch in all these numbers, right? This is just an example. You know, I just did this. And that's how you do that. Key faces together, turn it off. Click outside, right click, object mode, click outside. Alright. Next, I just want to quickly show how to make this, select it, press F to frame onto it. I want to show you how to make this shell. Here's my practice example. Right now it's just it has a thin skin on it, okay? You select it, right click, face mode, marquee, drag, left mouse, it's like, right click, face mode, left click, anywhere outside, and then click and drag, and select all of it. See? Then shift and right mouse button together, extrude face. Then, the safe way to do it is under, say for example, local translate. Yeah, local translate. All right, see what I just did? I'm just gonna make it fat, just to. Wait, oh, look what that did. Look, it's flaring out. Huh. Let me undo that. Undo that. Right now, this dial is up. That's local. Here is a perfect example. You see why? I'll explain why it flared out. Okay, 1 second. Oh, you know what? Here's the difference between thickness and local translate. Local translate is going to end up flaring out. See? Thickness, it does not. That's the difference. Okay? So that's something useful potentially for you, right? So let me just use thickness because I don't want to have it flare out, right? So you could practice with that. I'm going to make it like that. Right mouse, object mode. Alright. So let's work on the how to reverse black inside out faces. So this here, press F to frame and focus onto it. I'll explain why this is a dark or black shader. Okay. I'm gonna select this sample model. I'm gonna right click and hold, choose face mode. I'm gonna left click outside and drag selected. I'm going to shift, hold the right mouse button together, extrude face, right? I'm gonna, under the thickness, I'm gonna squeeze it in. See, it's squeezing inward. See the negative number? So basically what's happening is the shell is inverted, the skin is inverted. Okay, right click, object mode, click outside. And you don't want that because it's just not good. It makes a lot of problems, it breaks the rules of 3D stuff. What I want to do is go to mesh display, reverse, and that fixes it. Okay, so that is everything. Last thing is you want to save this file. You want to save it as your name underscore extrude underscore faces underscore assignment. That's what you want to save it as. You're going to save it to the W drive Anim 2300 with our class, would it be 001, 002, or 003. Go inside of that, and your folder, you're going to dump it into your folder.